I'll be the first to admit to you, running is definitely not my thing. When it came to my boxing training, running the road work, I would always do everything I possibly could to avoid it. I'd supplement with higher intensity strength training and circuit training or doing sprints on the treadmill, but I do know that there is a benefit for doing zone 2 cardio, running, that will support your boxing. I hated everything about it. I hated it, the long amounts of time, the long durations of time where you have to keep a steady pace of running. I would get bored. I would hate the feeling that it would give me my legs, making my legs so tired from working for so long. And that's exactly why I want to take a bigger, deeper dive into this endurance style training. Back in December 2022, I decided to run a marathon, 26.2 miles on my own, so unofficial. I was in Maui on vacation with my family, and I was like, you know what? I have a free day tomorrow. Let me test my body out.
7 miles in, I had 2 gels as well. Keep on moving.
I had not been training, been boxing a little bit, no running, no long distance endurance training, but I was like, let me see what this is really all about.
I got 16 miles in. Fuck, I'm feeling it. Got my water in town, almost 22 in. Last check-in until I finish because I'm struggling.
That 26.2 miles off of no training took me over 6 hours.
Fuck this.
Fast forward to March 2023, I signed up for the LA Marathon. I wanted to train for it. I hired a coach, laid out the map of training, not too serious with it, but I had a goal and I set out a roadmap to get to that goal. Unfortunately, I got a little injured during the training. Work got a little busier. I didn't make it a true priority of mine. So here comes marathon number 2, an official one, my first official one. I do it with no training again. That marathon, I was struggling. It took me a little over 5 hours, 5 hours and 19 minutes to be exact. Fast forward a few weeks later, I have a serious conversation with myself. I know that running is something that I hate to do, but do I really want to take this deeper dive into it? The more I attempt at doing intentional, hard things, the more I find myself growing as a person, as a man, as a husband, as a father, as a businessman. I love the feeling it gives me when I pursue hard challenges. So here comes official marathon number 2, the OC Marathon. I actually want to take a very intricate, deep dive into this training routine. And you guys may be able to tell I'm super inspired by the mindset, the thought process, the mental strength and fortitude of David Goggins. I've read both his books, incredible. I highly suggest you to read them if you haven't. Can't Hurt Me is his first one, and Never Finished his second one. I've listened to every single one of his podcasts. I relate to him a lot when it comes into the mental endurance. So I wanted to take my planning to the next level. Make this marathon and the training behind it a true priority. It just so happens, yes, I was influenced by David Goggins to pursue, these challenging, hard things that I hate to do, running. I just so happened to come across a hybrid athlete named Nick Bare. And if you haven't been on Nick's channel, definitely check it out. He documents his preparation for all his challenges, whether it's bodybuilding, ultra marathons, Ironmans, marathon training. I started witnessing how he tackled on his preparation for these challenges. And those two have inspired me to take my training to that level. So 4 weeks, I had to prepare for the OC Marathon. My training routine, I ran 6 days a week, 45 to 55 miles a week. I was coached by Olympic trials qualifier Bex Gentry from Peloton. Incredible athlete. We had 6 runs a week, a lot of easy runs, a lot of heart rate training, a couple speed workouts, and a long run at the end of the week. So training was dialed, my nutrition, supplementation, and recovery. I looked into what Nick Bare was doing and really implemented that into my routine. The amount of carbohydrates, supplements I was taking in pre, post, and during my runs, and what I was gonna do on race day as far as that, my sleep, Again, the recovery element of things, every little detail was accounted for. It had to have been that way. I'm extremely busy, like a lot of you are. I'm a businessman, I'm a husband, I'm a father. I have clients on the West Coast, clients on the East Coast. I consult for Peloton on their boxing program. I have a lot going on, and the only way I was going to be able to make my training a priority and execute on that is being super attentive to the extreme about every single detail, scheduling it right and planning properly. Not just hoping and wishing it's gonna happen and doing it off of sheer mental grit like the last 2 marathons, but really being calculated and executing. So it's the Monday after the OC marathon, and the preparation went perfect to the T. We overcame obstacles as far as maybe a sore foot, a little plantar fasciitis in the foot. We overcame the busy schedules and still executed our runs. We hit our times. Everything went perfect, down to the nutrition on actual race day and the supplementation on actual race day, which I'll do another video about leading up to it. So make sure you subscribe if you want more insight on this journey. But I finished the OC marathon at 4 hours and 12 minutes. So just to give you a little more context, my last marathon with no training was finished at 5 hours and 19 minutes. I finished the OC marathon at 4 hours and 12 minutes. I averaged great splits, a 9:30 average pace, with my final mile of the race being my fastest mile. So, you know, a lot of people will start to fade out towards the end. I got stronger at the end. From mile 22 to mile 26, my times kept getting faster and faster and faster. And that's the whole point of the video, to prove that if you execute your preparation, if you make your goal a true priority and lay out that roadmap and execute, you will accomplish your goals. I'm super excited to intro you into this new documentation of my journey of, you know, becoming a boxer and pursuing a little bit more of endurance training. I guess you could call me a hybrid athlete as well. In my opinion, fighters are the ultimate hybrid athletes. And yeah, until the next marathon, I can't wait to announce my next one. Thank you for following the journey. And if you don't mind, please take the time to share this video with somebody you think that it may help in their journey as they transition into endurance training. Hit the subscribe button and like the video as well so it gets thrown into the algorithm. And remember that maestro mentality, right? We keep elevating ourselves so we can elevate those around us. Peace.